Okay, we got some breaking news for you. Welcome to BlackUSA.News. My name's Donnie Glover. Talking with Moses Hammond. Moses, how are you?
I'm well, Donnie. How you doing?
Salaam alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam.
Good, good.
After this morning, I need some peace.
What happened, brother?
Don't know exactly what happened. We came to prayers at the mosque like around 4:30, and we saw a presence of police in the community right on Islamic Way and Drew Hill Avenue, and so apparently came outside around. This was probably around it seems so intimidating to brothers coming for prayers this morning. So I just wanted to get things cleared up with the police officer because they had a police officer set up outside the mosque and asked him what was going on. This was around quarter after 5:30, and he said that nothing was wrong. So he asked his superior officer to come over, a supervising officer to come over, and I talked with him. And he said that they weren't looking for anyone in the mosque. I told them that they were free to come in the mosque to do whatever search, because we wanted to make sure that that no, we don't. It was only a few brothers left in the mosque reading Quran, and he said that he didn't want to upset our religious services, and so he said that they would wait until everything was through. And so I guess around 6:30, a young lady came out of the address that they were at the address, the corner house of Islamic Way and Drew Hill Avenue, and somehow she attempted to get into a car that was parked outside of the apartment building, and that's when they arrested the young lady and took her to the side and began to talk with her. And after that, we saw an increased presence of police officers surrounding the building and blocking off the block. And then I guess maybe around 8 o'clock, the Baltimore City Police they brought in the tactical squad, and so they asked us to stay to shelter in place at the at the masjid, at the mosque, until they finished their investigation, and so it's done. Yeah, I'm just thankful that there was no violence, because I know that in that apartment building there's elderly lady with disability and children that live there. So I'm glad everything has ended, and it seemed like it has ended peacefully.
Praise the Lord. So, brother, what was the first thing that went through your mind when you saw the cops this morning? This was what time this morning?
This was around 4:30
This morning.
this morning.
What was the first thing that went through your mind?
It's just what are they doing? It's just yeah, yeah, it's just it has been so many murders in the community. I just said, well, is it a murder? Are they trying to come into the mosque? Because like we've had police come into the mosque looking for fugitives once before, and I was just it was just a lot of things ran through my head when I saw all the heavy police presence.
What did it do to your prayers this morning?
Fortunately, we were able, I know that brothers that was coming for prayers was a little unease, because like what is the police officers doing here, and we don't have anything to hide. I just think that it's just a little unnerving.
So they had the block cordoned off.
The block they had almost a 4 block radius. Well, I guess 2 block radius cordon off.
And this is on Islamic Way in West Baltimore.
This is on Islamic Way in West Baltimore.
And how many other brothers or people were in the mosque?
Initially, there were like 13 other brothers in the mosque. It was 3 brothers that stayed to read and meditate after the regular prayer.
Anything you want to add, Brother Moses?
No, just it's just it's about keeping the neighborhood really safe, Donnie. The Upton and this the masjid, the mosque is in is a community called Marble Hill, and it's a historical community. This is where a lot of originally black businesses set up in this community years ago, and it has become a dangerous neighborhood, and just trying to see what we can do to help make this neighborhood safer.
When I was there on the scene, I pointed out to one of the reporters that Thurgood Marshall lives, lived 50 feet away.
I'm actually looking at Thurgood Marshall's house from where I'm standing at. And then where the empty lot that's across from Thurgood Marshall's home was the old Cess restaurant. And Cess restaurant, for those who don't know, many of the African American entertainers that came to Baltimore, they couldn't eat downtown at the restaurant, and Cess restaurant was the place where all the entertainers came to eat. All the entertainers that came to the Royal Theater, they had pictures of James Brown, Marvin Gaye, uh, uh, Billie Holiday. You name any black entertainer, they came to Cess restaurant right there at Islamic Way, or the old Wilson and Division Street.
Now you're like a block from Pennsylvania Avenue, which has unfortunately taken on a reputation for heroin.
Yes.
And drug addiction. How has that impacted the Islamic community there on Islamic Way?
I think that this is just some of the work that we do, reaching out to brothers and sisters that have been that are opioid addicted, and just reaching out to them, just trying to show them a better way, getting them access to treatment, and just access to the type of some of the mental health counseling and services that they need, to try to get their lives on a better path.
Now, for those who don't know you, and I can't imagine anyone in this city who doesn't know you, and I say that with pun intended, I mean, because it's actually two of you. You have a twin brother, so
I do have a twin brother.
You've made double the impact, and we're going to get you out this heat. But as I think about your work, tell them what your track record is. I think you've gotten more people employed in the city of Baltimore than anybody, even to the extent that President Barack Obama had to come and see your work.
No, I worked with a whole team of individuals that was committed to helping connect Baltimore City unemployed and underemployed residents to career and job opportunities, to really try to get them started with a job, but actually have them advance to a career, so that they can really realize the type of family sustaining wages that they needed to provide for themselves and their loved ones.
How many people did you get employed?
I think in my tenure, when I worked with workforce development at the Center for Urban Families, we've probably got maybe about 15,000 individuals connected to employment opportunity.
We salute you, Brother Moses. Hey,
Salute my team, because I had a team of an incredible team of individuals that helped get that done.
Now, Brother Moses, I'm going to tell you a personal story, and I said I was going to get you out the heat. Just bear with me. I've been to a janaza before, but I had to go to my cousin's janaza. That's a funeral service. And brother, while my daddy was a funeral director, I've never been down in the hole. Help me understand what happens when you go to bury a loved one.
So in Islam, for Muslims, we don't embalm our deceased, and we keep it very simple. We wash the deceased, and then we shroud him in a white cloth, and then we return him to the earth. We don't believe in burying our deceased in a casket because you know in Christianity they said dust to dust. And we return. Adam was made from clay. He was made from dirt, and so we return. And we, as being the sons and daughters of Adam, we return the deceased to the earth.
Okay. Brother Moses, we thank you for taking time out of your busy day. We're glad that everything was resolved peacefully. And Muslims always say, Salaam alaikum, may peace be unto you.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you, Brother Donnie. Thank you for even showing up and making this part of your news break.
Moses, you called, and when you called, I have to answer, because how many times have I called you and said I got somebody that want a job?
Quite a few times.
And you always answered. I have to do the same. That's love. That's unconditional love. That's reciprocity, man.
No, that's brotherhood.
Brotherhood. I appreciate you, big brother.
All right. Thank you, Donnie.
Good deal.
Have a good day now.
Yes, sir. Brother Moses Hammett with the Mosque on Islamic Way. We're glad that everything was resolved peacefully. Did get a chance to bump into Baltimore Banner reporter Justin Fenton. He was on the scene, as was a photographer with one mean camera. My name's Donnie Glover, reporting for BlackUSA.News and BeMoreNews.com. The news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Again, situation resolved peacefully in historic West Baltimore, just a few feet from the Mosque on Islamic Way. Although morning prayers were interrupted, everything was resolved peacefully. A young lady was taken into custody. We do not know if she was kept or released. Apparently, the police were looking for a possible gunman, and they were ready to take that person also into custody or return fire, because we saw weapons drawn. My name is Donnie Glover, reporting. Have a great day.